If you're not a detail-oriented person, there is a person out there in the world who would love to do the job for you. Believe it or not, bookkeeping. You don't have to be here locally in the United States to be a good bookkeeper. Social media management, creating SOPs, organizing your business files, data entry. Virtual assistants can train your other virtual assistants. SEO, your web design, your video editing, your social media, your lead generation, YouTube thumbnails, content, blogs. Man, what can't a virtual assistant do? That's maybe a better question to ask. I want to show you why people hire virtual assistants, what are the most sought after positions, and exactly how a virtual assistant can make a difference in your company. So what's the deal with virtual assistants anyway? Who are virtual assistants? Where can you find them? What responsibilities can you give them? How much do you pay them? And how can they make an impact in your company? Hi, I'm Valentina Brega. I am the host of the show Built with VAs. Welcome, and today let's address these topics. But let's cover the basics first. What is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant, or a VA for short, is a staff member that is working remotely, hence the word virtual, and they assist you in your company. They can be located anywhere in the world. Now, I run a company called Hire Train VA. We train virtual assistants, just as the name suggests, and I speak with entrepreneurs and busy people who always have the same issue. They have more money than they have time on their hands. They are still very busy in everything they do. They're still very much plugged into their business. And believe it or not, they are still the biggest bottleneck of their business. What happens if they have to take a day off? What happens if they get sick? Their business depends on them. So there must be a way to delegate tasks and delegate responsibilities to someone else and scale your company. So that's the number one reason why people come to us and they look for a virtual assistant. So in today's episode, I want to show you why people hire virtual assistants, for what tasks, for what responsibilities, and what are the most sought after positions, and exactly how a virtual assistant can make a difference in your company. Most people hire virtual assistants to carry out general tasks or repetitive tasks, tedious tasks, or something that is not letting you free up your time to focus on more needle-moving projects or activities. And maybe you don't like these little tasks, these routine tasks, but they're still important. And just the fact that you don't like it, you will find somebody all over the world. There's a ton of talent worldwide. You will find somebody who will actually enjoy doing this. If you're not a detail-oriented person, there is a person out there in the world who would love to do the job for you and take it off your plate. So most people hire VAs specifically for this reason, because they want to free up their time so they stay in their genius zone and they are being proactive about growing their business while their team is taking care of the reactive things and of the repetitive things. But a common misconception is thinking that virtual assistants are only good for general tasks. That's not true. They are great at general tasks, but they can also be great at being specialists in certain tasks. You can hire virtual assistants to do your SEO, your web design, your video editing, your social media, your lead generation. There's so much that a virtual assistant can do. So here's a breakdown of the most common positions that we had to hire virtual assistants for. The number one thing is we work with a lot of real estate companies. So the number one most hired position is lead generation. If you need somebody to do cold calling for you, or follow up with leads, or take inbound calls, a virtual assistant can do that for you without necessarily being in the office right next to you. They can be located on the other side of the world, and they can still have a US-based phone number. They can still make phone calls. And actually, there are a lot of virtual assistants who have minimal to no accent in English. So you wouldn't even tell that they're not local here from the United States. So that is a big plus. And that is the number one thing that we hire virtual assistants for, because a VA can do the cold calling, they can nurture the lead, they can qualify the lead for you so that your sales team can only talk with closable leads. So everybody stays in their swim lane and the work is more streamlined and it just flows better. The second category that people hire virtual assistants for is they hire executive assistants. Now, executive assistants, I call them the second brain of the CEO. These are the people that are good at email management, calendar management. They can book personal appointments for you, like doctor appointments, or buy groceries, order online, make reservations. Did I say travel management? Because they also do that. Maybe even basic social media. So everything that you have going on in your life, there's a virtual assistant that can help you with that. In fact, we actually have a training program that teaches people how to manage your calendar the right way, how to manage your email so you're not drowning in all of these unread messages. A virtual assistant can take your full inbox that's full of spam, that's full of unread messages, and they can unsubscribe you from unwanted emails. They can categorize everything in folders, and they can keep it very neat and organized and can get you to finally to that inbox zero that you've been dreaming about. So imagine now that you open your inbox, when you see these hundreds of unread messages, it's causing you a lot of stress. Maybe not so much from seeing unread messages, but maybe you're thinking, is there maybe something interesting, something important, something that I'm missing out because of all of this noise and all of this clutter? And now imagine a virtual assistant coming into your company and they organize everything in folders, and there's one folder that says for CEO or for your name. And instead of you looking through hundreds of unread messages, what if you only see 10, 15 unread messages, but you know those require your immediate attention and they don't fall through the cracks because of all that noise that's going around? This is exactly what a virtual assistant can do and can help you be more organized, not miss anything important, and so on. The same thing goes for calendar management. If a VA manages a calendar, you basically make sure there's no double bookings. You don't have to go back and forth with their scheduling because a VA can do that for you. They can follow up with attendees for different events and so on. So keep everything organized, and again, you don't miss appointments. Another popular category that people hire VAs for is bookkeeping. Believe it or not, bookkeeping. You don't have to be here locally in the United States to be a good bookkeeper. In fact, we have hired a lot of excellent bookkeepers who are very well familiar with QuickBooks, with other bookkeeping softwares, and so on. So when we work together, we will present you a couple of candidates and you will know exactly what they can do for you. You can interview them and you can find out more about their skills and see if they are a good fit for you. But let me tell you a story real quick here. We hired a bookkeeper for one of our clients, and the bookkeeper was at $7 an hour, which is a very good salary for the country that he was from. And he was from India, actually. And the client that we hired him really liked this candidate so much that he increased the salary to $10 an hour. So the virtual assistant is very happy because they got a raise, and this money actually goes a long way in the country they live in. And of course, the client we work with is very happy because they have access to this amazing talent, and their talent pool is so much bigger and so much more diverse. Let's see, what other positions do people hire virtual assistants for? Social media management. If you don't like social media, that's okay, because there is somebody who loves it. And in fact, I speak with so many entrepreneurs and they say, I know how important social media is, but I just can't stand it. I don't like it. I don't like being out there. And maybe I can film it, but posting and engaging with people, I just don't like to do it. You're not alone if this is how you feel as well. This is actually very common. But guess what? There are so many people who live for that. They love social media. They love looking into analytics. They love giving you content ideas. They love just, letting you know how you can grow on social media platforms. And they would love to get this off your hands. So you can find a virtual assistant who will help you be more visible on social media and just get more traction online. Another thing virtual assistant can do for you is creating SOPs, organizing your business files, data entry, all of that. Data entry, it seems redundant, it seems boring, but it's an important thing. Somebody has to do it. And there are virtual assistants who love it. They're very detail-oriented, they love doing routine tasks, and they also can put together SOPs for you, standard operating procedures, so that you have more clarity in your business. If at some point you're going to have to sell your business, or if you're thinking about this, you cannot do this without having clear SOPs, and a virtual assistant can do that. The more they work with you, people work with you, the more they understand your process, your systems, they can actually put it together in writing and keep it in a central place for the next person that you hire, so you don't have to spend your time training the next person. Oh yeah, and speaking of training, virtual assistants can train your other virtual assistants. Once they understand your role, once they understand what you need, and they have that experience, they can take this off your plate as well. So as you grow your team, you can rely on one virtual assistant to take care of this operation. In fact, this is what's happening in my company. I have 11 virtual assistants in my company right now, and everybody plays a critical role. So for certain departments, if they feel like they're at capacity and they need to hire more people, they are the ones that find candidates. They're the ones that train candidates. They're the ones that take this completely off my plate. And I trust their judgment because by now they know their departments much better than I would know it. So there's so much more to virtual assistant than just doing general tasks. They're not just doers. They're human beings like you and me. They want to grow. They want to provide value. They're well educated. They have university degrees. They want to implement those, and they want to work on the US market. And like I said, they want to grow. They want to develop professionally and personally. So give them this opportunity. If you see a talented person as a simple doer, they will most likely leave in a couple of months because they're bored. They need more. But if you trust your team to take it to the next level, they can surprise you in what they can do. So this is the beauty of virtual assistant. This is how you can utilize them in your company. Again, anything that can be done on a computer, it can be done by anywhere in the world. So let me give you an example. This video that you're watching right now, this was edited by my virtual assistant. Or if you found out about me on social media, I have a virtual assistant to thank for that because she was the one posting and engaging with people and all of these things. So they are absolutely crucial. I have 11 team members and I couldn't be where I am right now. I couldn't do what I'm doing without their help. Because you can do everything on your own, but being an entrepreneur, time is your most valuable resource. You can always make more money, but you can never get more time back. So why spend so much time getting to result when you can shortcut this with the help of other people? And let's be honest, you cannot be an expert in everything. So instead of you being an expert in everything or spending time learning every aspect of your business, it just makes more sense to hire the right people that will drive this department in the right direction. So it just makes sense. I love working with virtual assistants. And in fact, I believe in this so much that I'm going to leave here 2 resources for you to check out. The first one is going to be the 100 plus tasks a virtual assistant can do for you. Check it out. There's so much a virtual assistant can do. I can't cover this in one video. I hope I gave you an overall idea, but check out the resource just to get some inspiration. What else can virtual assistants can do? And you would be surprised, like, a VA can do that for me? A VA not even being in the office right next to me, they can do it? And yes, they can. Yes, they can. We have seen amazing tasks done by virtual assistants. So that's the number 1 resource I'm going to leave here. The second one is I'm going to leave a delegation workshop. This workshop will take you step by step on how you need to delegate to a virtual assistant. What needs to get off your plate first and second and third, what to start with and what to continue with and so on. And I get so much positive feedback about this delegation workshop that I'm so confident to share it with you, and I want you to go through it because you will be blown away. I get so much positive feedback, like, I can't believe you're giving this away for free. This is what people tell me. I can't believe you're giving this information for free because I just found out so much about myself as a leader. I found out what's holding me back from not trusting other people. There's a whole tool that you just put information and it will tell you exactly who you need to have on your team, who needs to be taking care of responsibilities. Is it you? Is it them? Is it generating revenue? Is it important? It is just a phenomenal tool. You have to check it out. And also let me know, what do you need help with when it comes to virtual assistants? Whether you go with my agency or not, it's totally up to you, but I want to bring you value because I really, really do believe in the power of working with VAs. I have a successful company thanks to virtual assistants. I have helped hundreds of companies get to success with the right people in the right seats. And if you have any questions, I would love to address them for you. So let me know in the comments, if there's a way to comment here, what would you like to know about working with virtual assistants? Send me an email. I will leave this here. Get on a strategy call with us. Again, you don't have to use our service, but I do want to bring value to you and help you see what I see when it comes to working with VAs. So just to recap, a VA can do anything. Lead generation, executive management, executive assistance, routine assistance, admin support, bookkeeping, social media, SEO, web design, YouTube thumbnails, content, blogs. Man, what can't a virtual assistant do? That's maybe a better question to ask. So thank you for joining me today. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you next week.